hard. 123-101. Celtics lead 3-2. Here's Scott Brooks of the Wizards.
Three was terrific. 25 points, 10 for 13 in the first half. Played well. Horford, I don't know if he missed the shot until maybe the very end. They made threes. They made mid-range. They played well. They played a good basketball game. They beat us. We got to regroup and come back and play much better Friday night.
So here are the highlights from Game 5.
Oh, and there it's over. They walked on the
long.
floor, and the game was over.
Yeah, because the Celtics came out, hit him right in the mouth. 16-0 was a first quarter run. So this time they weren't the victims of a big run as they have been in this series, but they do some damage early.
Right here came up.
Man, I had picked them in my auto trader game.
Oh, here comes the long explanation.
Look at this. Get out.
Isaiah Thomas with the finish.
Y'all were real people. Y'all would give me Avery Bradley.
Well, we're not real people. Hey, Chuck.
Yo.
Wizards got that killer instinct yet?
Yeah, well, that was going to be the same question, Shaq, that I was just, are you surprised they came out like this?
Yes, I'm totally surprised, Ernie.
Why?
Especially after they came out last game like gang. Because the reason, Kenny, is they've actually came out like gangbusters in the last two games at Boston.
This shows me with Boston. I was expecting Boston to come out like this.
No, but
Boston had to come out like this.
But the Wizards played great the first two games in Boston the first half.
Man, look, Boston Celtics are the #1 seed for a reason. I know they don't get the credit, but they have versatility on the defensive end that makes pressure on
but
them.
the Wizards got John.
Was that Julian Edelman?
Cut it out, Kenny.
Was that Julian Edelman?
I think it probably was. If you think it was, there's Avery Bradley again.
Look at that. Oh,
Baby.
Was he feeling it, Jeff?
Yes, he was.
Man.
Yes, he was. Oh, he's sleeping.
Right here.
Oh, yeah. You're going to sneak behind John Wall right here?
Why don't you go?
got him.
Why don't you go shake the guy hand and
You know what?
go shake Jason Terry's hand?
Out of Porter did that. Yep,
Go
that's
shake
acting a
Jason.
fool right
That
there.
must be something they work on in practice.
Same side of the court.
At halftime, it was 67-51.
Okay, we out.
There's Avery Bradley again.
And you know, the one thing that surprises me also, Ernie,
By
is
Amir.
the Wizards don't, they're not dominating them on the boards.
They're not a better team or that much if they are. I'm not even sure they are a better team.
I gotta disagree.
That's why they're not going to, they can't just dominate the Boston Celtics.
No, I'm saying the
I
boards.
think they got to be in attack mode all night. Very tentative tonight, John Wall and Bradley. But this guy was in attack mode. Look at that.
An 18-point night for Isaiah Thomas.
You know what disappointment? Like this was the least physical game out of all the games.
Yeah.
There wasn't no pushing, wasn't no shoving, wasn't no trash talking. This was just an old-fashioned beatdown.
Yeah, 123-101 is the final.
And it wasn't that close.
No, and Isaiah Thomas, you don't see his name up there, but he had 18 points, and in the regular season, he scored under 20 5 times. And that's happened 5 times now in the postseason, but they win this one 123-101. Celtics take the 3-2 lead.
Well,
and
you
again,
get 53 one night. You can have some games where you're under 20.
yeah, I know he had 53. I'm just talking about.
Me too.
Talking about those
Hey, listen, don't
20-point games.
Don't let him talk to you like that, Ernie.
Leave Ernie alone,
So-
Kenny.
I'll slap you. I'll leave Ernie alone.
Home team keeps winning. And if that continues, then there will be a Game 7 in Boston. But what do you expect to see
Well,
from a
first of all, I'm
Game
going to Kenny to
6?
slap me. Then we're going to see 2 beatdowns tonight.
Hey, I told you before, I'm scared of the 1989 Charles. This 2017 version right here, you will get the beat down by me without.
Oh, no, wait.
Without question. He can't move, Ernie. I'd stick and move all night on him.
May 27th.
May
Let's do
20,
it. Right here.
May 27th,
right here.
right here. Put it there.
May
I got it.
27th, May 27th and 28th.
Yes.
You know, Ernie, this was an interesting game because the Wizards played great the first 2 games. They came in Boston. They came out fantastic. Then they go home
And dominate.
and then to come out like that tonight, that was uninspiring, to say the least. That was very disappointing tonight.
And it was a great night for the Celtics. You know, Chuck, you mentioned this earlier. When you're a superstar and the others can come out and play very well, like Isaiah had on the 20, he didn't have to do much because Avery Bradley was playing, Olenek was playing.
Crowder.
Those guys just really helped him today. They played very well. But
See, this is more about, to me,
disappointed in the Wizards.
See, I think it's more about Boston.
They gotta have that killer instinct.
No, they had to come and show a killer instinct, Boston Celtics, and say, listen, we can't give them any hope. We cannot let them get into this game at all. And they did it. And so the expectation was, for me, was that the Boston Celtics, the higher seed, the better team throughout the regular season, would come out and play like this. I was expecting the Wizards to be a little flat.
Why?
Because I thought Boston would come out like this.
But Kenny,
at the beginning of the game, I said, oh, this is going to be a blowout tonight.
You got to
talking in the back.
You got to take advantage of opportunities like this. They play great at home. They have the momentum.
You're not
you got to
better
go
than
there.
them, though. You're not really better than them.
It's not even about being better, Ken. That game was never competitive. That game was over at halftime. And the Wizards have played terrific the first 2 games in Boston. And to come out and don't compete at all, that was just.
I didn't think they allowed them to compete. I think they tried, but the like you said, you have Avery Bradley with career highs. You have Rozier came in the first half defensively, pick it up from end line to end line. They were a different basketball team. They were a team playing like, this is, if we lose this game, we lose the series.
Yeah,
and they played like that.
Yeah, that was
Washington
expected.
knows in the back of their head, we going back home. And I expected that because they're not a veteran team yet. They're not a playoff experience yet.
But I expected more.
Really?
I expected more from the
fight.
Wizards. I expected
more
that from
fight.
Boston because you lose this game, then you got to go in the other guy's gym and you may be eliminated. But I thought Washington, coming off a little head of steam after those last 2 games, would say, "Hey, come on, let's get this done. Go back to our place." But they were never in the game.
Never. And the pressure
No
was
fight
on
at all.
Boston. This was the must-win for Boston.
Yeah.
And to come out that flat, no excuses.
Okay.
123 to 101 is the final. Game 6 Friday in Washington.